Hey, great day to you all. I hope that you guys have all woken up super grateful to be alive again another day in this experience. High five from far. You must be doing something right, because the universe felt that you were valid and worthy of having another day. So hey, high five from far. Factually. And I hope you've been able to tell yourself all of the amazing things that you needed to hear this morning. Like you're amazing. You're capable. You are love primarily. And that you will project love lovingly, no matter what is coming your way. And that you're going to get the most out of your experience today and all week. And that if you got to heal, that you are healing. And you know what? I have to mention it too before I get into my topic. There's a lot of people that talk about what they want in future tense. Oh, I am going to be okay when. I will be healed when. Look, to really enhance your power of healing, I'm going to talk about it this morning. You must speak wellness into every day as it is now. All affirmations must be in the now. Not in future tense, not in past tense, especially when you're healing. Everything has to be now because your brain only processes the now. It doesn't process the past. This is why when you recall memories or situations, your brain does not know whether you are actually living it again or if it is just a memory. And you guys really need to make that correlation. Because I hear way too many people sitting there just talking about their past. More times than not, I will say to the person, okay, do you have anything that's relevant to the now? Or do you have anything that's relevant to what you would like to see in the future? Because you keep just repeating your past and replaying it to yourself. And every time you replay it and you relive it to yourself, you are actually inducing everything that came attached with it. And you really need to know that. And you really need to allow yourself to release everything of your past. You know, it's a perfect example because, you know, a lot of people will tell you who they are according to who they have been. Okay? What do I mean? Well, many people, when they talk about themselves, they talk about who they have been in the past and what circumstances and situations in the past have happened to construct them to be who they are today. So that means genuinely when you hear people talking like that, that means that they are stuck in their past. So what does that mean? They are on repeat, producing exactly what they've already lived. Factually. So, what do I mean by that? Well, if you're sitting there telling yourself that you do not have enough of something, all you are doing is creating a need for more of it. What do I mean? Well, if you sit there and tell yourself, okay, I need more money. Well, actually, you're actually creating more of the need for the money and not the money. If you are sitting there telling yourself that you need to heal, well, you're going to find that your body and your life force is creating more things that you need to heal from. The power of your words is extreme, more than you even realize. So this is where you have to be self-aware and self-conscious. Factually. About everything that you're even speaking. Because everything that you think and speak and do becomes your reality. More than you realize. So, What do I mean by talking in the now when it comes to your healing or the power of your healing? You need to speak wellness into your life now. In other words, my body knows exactly what it needs to do to repair itself. My body is in perfect harmony. My body knows exactly what it has to do. My body has the energy to accomplish everything. Hey, Mellow G, bless up, bless up. Lots of love to you this Monday morning. Love you lots, bro. Keep doing all that amazing stuff that you're doing out there. Lots of love. Lots of love to you. So guys, when it comes to your healing, you can't talk about, oh, okay, well, I will be healed when, or I will, as if it's a destination. You have to command it to be in your today now. So, what do I mean by that? Use the power of your words to command healing in your body. How is it possible? Because I'm living proof that it's possible. I had to command my kidneys to start working again. I had to command things into my life to overcome everything that I have. So the power of your words and the power of what you command into your life is fueled by your life force all the time. So if you don't think that you have that power in you, well, I'll be the first to tell you that you do. Because it doesn't matter what color skin you have. It doesn't matter what life experience you've had. You factually have the power within you and within every cell of your body. Actually, I think the numbers are 2.63 trillion kilohertz of energy flowing through your being today. Yeah. So when you tap into that energy and that power of your being, you could make absolutely anything happen. But I want you to realize that that power of your being is fueling every one of your thoughts, every one of your words, every one of your actions, guaranteed. And this is why when somebody says, I am sick, they command sickness into their body. That's why I tell people, don't you ever say that stuff. And don't you ever be talking down about yourself, because you're fueling that with 2.63 trillion watts of energy. Yeah, this is why I tell people that you have to be conscious. You have to be aware. You have to be mindful of what you're thinking, saying, and doing. Your life force is fueling it to happen. So, any one of your heart's desires, you can make happen by believing that you can have it. Nothing stops us in this world from having anything that we want other than our own self. So what disrupts the two? Well, if you've got a truest heart's desire and you want it, well, you have to believe that you can have it. You have to believe that there's nothing stopping you. Because every one of the excuses that you come up with in your belief system is exactly what's going to stop you from having it, no matter what it is. So if you believe that you're not worthy or you're not valid to have every one of your heart's desires, well, guess what? You're blocking them from happening for you. So this is what I'm talking about also too when it comes to health and healing and anything that you want in your life. You cannot want healing, but you are speaking illness into your life. You cannot want constructive and thriving and growth if you are breaking yourself down. There's a contradiction there. And yes, your life force will fuel it for you, whatever you decide, because your life force does not know limitations, restrictions, suffering, Your life force knows nothing but love and thriving. And to put the power into whatever you believe. So you really got to analyze what your belief systems are. What you believe about you primarily, what you believe about your life secondary, because all these belief systems affect you. They affect you every single day, actually. Why? Because it's running on repeat. It's running on a program to keep you safe. Why does there have to be an ego death for you to tap into your highest power? Because your ego is what stops you from tapping into your highest power. That highest power I talk about is the same thing that's fueling every one of your organs. That's the truest, highest power of your being. People say, Toby, how do you know when you're tapped into your highest power? Well, because you make everything and absolutely anything you want possible. How do I know I'm doing it? I sat here for over a year accepting that I had a half a paralyzed face. Well, I said, you know what? Fuck that. I want to smile again. Well, my face is healing. Literally. Even though I don't have the equivalent amount of flesh, but I'll tell you, it's moving. It's not paralyzed anymore. And the doctors told me I'll never get the feeling back in my face. I would never get the line back. I would never get any motion back in my mouth, that I was literally half a smile for the rest of my life. Well, hey, just like they told me I was going to die in ICU, 16 hours to live. Fuck that. Maybe that's what they believe possible for me. But tapping into the highest potential of my being, I know that I can make anything possible. Absolutely anything. That's why you got to be clear about what you want from your heart and not your head. Because your head's going to lie to you. Because it has to keep you safe. So it's going to talk you out of everything that you want to keep you safe. I encourage you guys all to break free of those limitations today. Trust your heart, don't trust your head. Your head's going to run you in directions to chase your own fucking tail like a dog. Don't do that to yourself. Ever. Know the power of your being and walk firmly in it. And you know what? It's crazy because me being who I am, you know, and yesterday's live, a lot of people, like everybody's been asking me, Toby, what do you want next? You know what? I want that great love of my life for the rest of my life. I want somebody to grow young with. I don't want to get old. I'm not about that. I'm about vibrancy and enjoying every minute of every day possible. So that's what I want. Nothing but. I want to wake up to somebody that makes me smile, and I want to go to bed with somebody that makes me smile. And the whole day in between, very much worth it. That's what I want. And that's all that's going to make me happy at this point. Why? Well, because I'm a happy person individually first. Yeah. But how do I see my life? I see my life, listen, with everything that I've lived and the knowledge that I've acquired, well, look, I'm not meant to be alone. Nobody is. So things don't work out in your past because there is something coming in your future. I believe that. I believe that there's no... Everything happens for a reason. Even if it's hard to live. Even if it's, you know. So the topic of this morning, I was asked, so Toby, what's going to happen with these solar flares? And what's happening with this April 8th eclipse? Well, I'll tell you something. Y'all better be right with yourself. And right with the Creator. By April 8th. It's not even a joke. And why I say that is this. Because there's going to be an eclipse. Yes, but it's also the same time frame of the 9 plagues of day when the great flood happened. People don't get it. You know, I was asked, Toby, are you scared about what's going to happen? No, I don't walk in fear because I know the power of my being and I know the power of the universe. And I also know that I'm ready for whatever. I'm ready for it because the shift has to happen. Has to happen. So really what's going down? Well, the eclipse is going to trigger the sun to flip its rotation. So what does that mean? Well, the same way the shift of the nodes of the earth have changed, well, the sun has to flip also. And this is where the great worry is when it comes to scientists, because they don't know, with the moon being so close to the sun, what's going to happen. And they don't know, they have no idea what's going to come. But the way I see it, honestly, it's like Passover. And that's what's going to come. So it's like the same story of when the angel of death passed. All doors that were marked with the blood of Christ were not untouched. Well, that's going to be the same thing in this world too. Is those that are right with themselves and the Creator will remain and will survive it. But those who aren't won't. Because there has to be a massive reset on the planet. And I don't blame it. I'm glad it's happening. I'm very tired of how things are going. And I'm tired of the people with the great hearts ending up last. And that's what happens in this world as it is right now. The good ones can't win. Well, they're about to win. And the meek are about to inherit the earth. Literally. And everybody wonders, oh, it's the end of time. Yeah, it's the end of time as we know it. And if we're eternal beings, that means death does not exist. Well then, why should we be shackled to time? From a construct that was man-made to limit us from our freedoms and our righteous power of our beings. Hey, it's got to happen. Somebody asked me the other day, Toby, are you prepared if we go into darkness? Well, guess what? My soul is prepared to get me through whatever it is I have to live. No matter what it is. Do I fear anything? No. No. I'm well prepared for whatever may happen. And my body has been prepared for it too. So, what do I mean by that? Well, 1 meal a day diet, OMAD diet. Adjusting my body for months to prepare for whatever's happening. Yeah. Watching what I think, say, and do on a daily. Yeah. There's many, many, many things that you have to be conscious of. It's not about just getting right with yourself. And a lot of people think, oh, well, I run to church, so I'm good with God. Oh, no. That's when you're fucked. Because you've been lied to. Yeah. Getting right with yourself and the Creator has nothing to do with anything external. Nothing. It's not an outside force. And you've been made to believe it is. So right there, you're, sorry. You got to get right with yourself, people. Factually. And I've been asked, oh, Toby, will it send us into darkness? Will it, you know what? Factually, it can. It can. But there can't be more darkness than there already is on the planet. And if we get flung into darkness, yes, it's so that a massive cleanup can happen. But imagine what has to happen on the earth for change, really. So yeah, I'm ready for it. No matter what happens. But yeah, what's going to happen is during this eclipse, the sun's magnetism and their nodes, and the nodes, the ship, they're going to rotate. They're going to flip. And the sun already is projecting solar flares bigger than scientists have ever seen, or anybody on this planet has ever seen. Well, it's because the energetic influence has to kick in. Literally. The planets have to do its job because man can't. And I don't mean man, just man. I mean any type of human. Okay, being of light. Because that's what you are. A human is a being of light. So, yeah, when humans can't get it right, well, the universe has to step in. I was also asked, why do this galactic council you talk about? Yeah, you think that all the other planets are going to allow this planet to fuck up the whole universal system? You got to be kidding. Well, we've allowed it to happen. This is why a lot of people ask, well, what about the contact and all of these aliens and everything? Yeah, because the whole universe is not going to let this planet fuck up the whole system. So this is why the correction has to happen. This is why contact has been made. This is why they work with the government. To make sure the governments aren't blowing this whole fucking thing up. You got anything to be worried about? No. You don't. The only thing that you have to worry about is whether you are good with yourself and your creator. Factually. And from that point, when you know you're good for yourself and you're governing your life experience from your heart, you have nothing to worry about. At all. But if you're operating your life from a stance of misconception and altered belief systems that are destructive to you and destructive to everybody around you, well then guess what? Expect destruction as a result. You have to lead with your heart all the time. That's your true governance, your true compass. Your heart's going to give you two feelings. It's going to pull you to it, or it's going to push you away from it. It doesn't sit there and brain fuck you. It doesn't sit there and make excuses for your dumb ass. It doesn't sit there and, okay? Or lead you into a rat race of your own brain fuck. It doesn't do that. Your heart does not lie to you. This is why I encourage everybody to stay in their heart space all the time. No matter what, no matter who's in front of you, no matter what you're being told. If you're staying in your heart space, you know that you can decipher anything coming at you. Doesn't matter the face, the energy, the intention, nothing. You stay clear in your own self, you see everything coming as clear as day. You feel people's intentions before they open their mouth. Well, at least I do. But you got to get clear with yourself in order to see things clearly. An ego death is a must. Your ego is to protect you and to keep you safe from what? Experiencing your life experience again. But if your brain is only processing the now, none of that matters. So stop doing it to yourself. Simple. Guys, I'm grateful for the questions about the April 8th the eclipse that's going to happen. But all I'm going to say is this. Nobody has anything to fear if they're right with themselves and they're right with the Creator. Okay? But if you're not, that's when you got to step up for you. Yeah. Because there's nothing that you can be judged for or that you could be considered as a sinner for if the Creator has given you free will. You see? You have the free will to make whatever choice you want. So clearly you're not judged for the choices that you're making. Why? Because everything is learning. So it's up to you whether you can choose to function from the capacity of the love that's fueling you or not. Because you're fueled by love for the experience. So are you in alignment with that? Are you tapped into your highest potential of your being? What is that? It is the love that is fueling you and running every one of your organs. Every one of your data processing centers, so your senses, your central nervous system, your whole functioning of your body. Well, are you tapped into that love that's fueling you? And are you flowing that out freely to everybody? Well, then, if you are okay. If you are not, well, you got some work to do. And you better get on that fast. Because, yes, time has sped up. And April 8th is coming fast. And I was asked, okay, Toby, what do you think about it? Well, I don't think anything about it because I fear nothing about it. But I will tell you something. From what I have been advised about it, is it's going to be simply like Passover. Okay? That means if your house is not anointed, and if you're not walking in a Christ consciousness and loving yourself and loving everybody else on the planet, well, then you got to go. Makes perfect sense to me. And I'm all for it. I wish I could speed that shit up to today. Factually. Because me, I know I'm right with the Creator. And I'm right with myself. And I'm right with the love that's fueling me. And projecting that love too. There's no shame, there's no blame, there's no guilt, there's no denial. There's no restriction, no limit. All of that shit is in your belief systems. So you better remove that shit. Because it is in contradiction to what's giving you life. And that's, people say, how do you get right with yourself and with the Creator? Well, you tap into the love that's fueling you. And you allow it to leak through every cell of your being. And you allow that to be the governance of your being and nothing but. And you choose to only project that into the world. No matter what situation, circumstance, scenario, interaction may happen in your day. You must go through lovingly. And that's a choice. And I've heard way too many people say, oh no, well, this one made me feel that way. This one, that. Fuck all that. It's bullshit. It's all lies and excuses. There is nobody outside of you that can make you feel any way that you do not allot the permission to. Got to be so solid in your skin that nothing else matters. How do I know? Because I woke up this morning solid in my skin, ready. I said ready, 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 ready. Okay? So I want everybody to feel that same way too. It's a choice. And I'm going to remind you guys all today, when you're trying to manifest stuff into your life, you cannot be sitting there talking about, oh, when it happens. Or I will be healed when. Or I will get it right. Fucking future tense. You're running on a destination. No. Today it's, I'm healed. My body knows what it has to do. I will give my body the conditions to fully heal itself. Speak in the now. Command things into your life that you want. Because why can't you have them? Do you realize you're the only one that's stopping yourself from acquiring anything? Absolutely anything. How is that possible? Because internally and down to your core, you don't believe you can have it. You don't believe you're worth it. You don't believe you're valid? You don't believe that you can make a difference? Well, I'm here to tell you that forget all that, okay? Because you are more than capable. You have 2.63 trillion hertz of energy running through your body right now today. Go check it. Go calculate every energy force of every cell of your being today. And you're going to realize how fucking powerful you really are. That's why when I say I'm powerful, you're fucking right, I am. Because guess what? 2.63 trillion hertz of energy running through my body? How could I not be powerful? How could I not embrace the power that's fueling me? Trust me, it's life-changing when you do. And it's worth every second of the work to get you to tap into your own power. Trust that. Guys, I love you all, and I hope you get right with yourself today more than ever, and get right with everybody else. What does that mean? Forgive all of these past events that are no longer relevant. Forgive it. I've heard way too many people say to me, oh, I can't forgive it. Well, then you are locking yourself into demise. And you are, by choice, allowing poison to run through you. Don't do that to yourself. Holding that poison is only hurting you, nobody else. You know that person that did you whatever that thing was? They're not walking around with any guilt or shame or blame from doing it to you. You're the one that's carrying around the hurt, which is poisonous to you. Let it go. If you need help with that, reach out. But seriously, you got to rid yourself of anything that does not make you feel right. By choice. I love you all. Get the most out of your day. Go get it. Make the magic happen. And don't let anybody or anything stop you. Own the power of your being. Own who you are. And get her done. I love you all. Have a great day. Peace.